live straight off. Today we're going to do some Cypress testing, some testing using Cypress.io. It's a JavaScript testing framework, and we're going to take a look at the Baked by Pen site again. There's a particular page that I want to test more thoroughly, and that's the getting to the checkout page. We can only go so far because I know that there's an error and a bug with it, but we'll fill out a form and submit the form at least. So let's get into the code. Let's get into it. So this here is the repo. This is the form that I want to test. So this is the shipping form. Okay. So what I want to do is get to this point, fill out all of this stuff, and then hit next. So we're going to do this in code, and if I go over to here, this is what I've already created already. So we have our Cypress specification. So down, this is the before each. So this happens before each of the tests. We've only got the one test in this spec. So check that an order can be placed. And we were playing with this on Twitch on Sunday, in fact. And we got it to this point sort of here. And then Sunday evening, I added all this stuff in. As you can see, I haven't committed anything yet. So this is a form, and we're saying that these form fields should be visible. What I also managed to do was on the before each run a command through Cypress to revert the database back to the known sort of stable version of staging. Which means that we can fill out this form, we can add data to the database, and then we can tear it all down and start again. So let me just walk through this. What happens before each test is we do that tear down and reseed the database from this dump file here, and we have and then after that we visit the home page. So we go to the home page. And then we check that the home page contains this link, and then we click it. So we click on the Buy Now link on the home page, and we go to this page here, the chocolate orange brownies. So this site, by the way, will sell when it's live, will sell baked goods. And then what we do here is what we want to do on this page, because we're on the second page here, is we want to press the add to cart button. Now that's going to fire off an AJAX request, which we need to interpret. So, or not interpret, intercept, sorry, forgive me, intercept. And we can do this through the Cypress command intercept or API call. We're listening for a post request of this URL. Asterisk there means that it can be any product ID. And we're creating an alias of this intercepted call called add to cart, which we can wait for down here. So we then click that button, add to cart, and we wait for that request to be fulfilled. Then after this, we make sure that what happens after this is the page redirects back to the /cart page. So this is like your checkout page with all the bits and pieces that you've selected. In this case, we've only chosen the one thing, add to cart. So then we go to we make sure that the URL should include the cart /cart, and then the page contains. So we're on the third page here. So that was page 1. That's home page. This is page 2, and then this here is page 3, so we're on the third page. So we want to make sure that it contains this message, so success item has been added to your cart. We want to make sure that the header sidebar span has $15, so this £15. So this is the sort of the price amount at the top of the page. So it is, if I show you, it's I'll have to go back. it's this amount here. So I just set this up before stream, so you can see that it's checking for that amount here. This is the page that we're on here. So, oh no, sorry, this here, this is the add to cart page. So click on add to cart. That will take us to this bit here. So add to cart will take us to the cart page. So let's say I'll do this I'll step through this. So let's just get back to cart. So I'll click on you. Let's just get rid of this for a second. Off you go. So there shouldn't be one in there. Come on, go. Good. So click on you. Come on. I'm out of patience today. All right. Don't worry about the assets. That's something I've got to pull down from the server. So don't worry about the lack of images there. Okay, so we've just clicked on that buy now. So we're now at this stage here. So we're checking that URL is chocolate orange brownies, and then what we're doing here is we're clicking on the Ajax, the add to cart, which will fire off that Ajax. So click on you. That's going to do some Ajax. Once it's done and fulfilled, we get to this page here, which is the /cart page, which is what we're checking there. We're also making sure that we have success item has been added to the cart, which is this message here. And we're making sure that the header sidebar span is £15, which is this thing here. Okay. Then we should see this your shopping cart. So there's other things obviously we could check on this page, like for example we could make sure that these buttons exist and everything. But I just want to get this. The whole point of this is getting it to placing an order. So obviously there'll be other tests around this particular page and stuff. So once we get to this bit, we want to make sure that the page contains checkout and we can click it. So we've got checkout here. So let's go ahead and click it. And then now we're at the billing bit. So we want to make sure that this contains £20, which it is, because that's the item plus the shipping, which is £5. And then we want to make sure that it has the sign in button. Sign in is at the top. Don't worry about the missing assets. That's something I'm going to work through one weekend. And then down here, what we're doing is we're making sure that these are visible. So these are these inputs here, like so. We're making sure that all of these things are visible, and as well as the submit button. So if I was to run this now in here, this is the command that I've got running. So make E2E test spec. So this is all in Docker containers. This is a make file that I'm running here, or make command E2E test spec, and I can pass in a variable of the spec that we want to test for, because obviously there's more than one specification here. I only want to test this one. So let's run that. And what this does, or what it should do, is run the before test up here. So it's going to rebuild the database, and then it's going to visit the home page, and then it's going to run through these steps. So hopefully, fingers crossed, here we go, off it runs. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this will work. And then what I want to do today is where we've got this part here, where it says should be visible, I want to change that to actually typing in an email address, first name, that kind of stuff. So we're actually going to fill this form out and then submit it. So basically I want this to go and click on next. So let's just wait for this to go through. Don't know why it's taking so long. Always freaks me out when I'm doing this live and it takes really long, and yet when I do it off stream it's really quick. Don't know what's going on there. It's probably my machine and Docker and everything. Yay, it all passed. Awesome. It did take 43 seconds to go. That's not particularly good, is it? But it passed. That's brilliant. Okay, so now that's working, we can now take a look at adjusting all of this stuff. Let's get rid of this for a second. Now, I filled out a form before in one of these specs. I can't remember which one it is. It's Not in any of these because these are just smoke tests. Is it in the homepage? No. Is it in? These are incredibly light tests. Ah, it's in here. So this is the category pages test, which tests for pages, tests for the category pages, and then for each one of these category pages it does a search. So you can see here that we're doing a cy get, that is the input, and we're typing in chocolate, and then we're clicking the submit button, and then we're making sure that there is this in the URL bar, and then the next page contains a buy now button. So let's go and use this and fill out that form. So we need to do, if I can get the tabs right, not that one, this one. Right, so instead of checking whether it should be visible, let's do type. Now, obviously, if you can't type in the box, then it's not visible. So we're going to put in some dummy info. So let's do test 1 2 3 at baked by pen.local. I don't know if that's gonna .com. There we go, and then we'll change that over to type, and we'll do Peter. Is that? Do I have a last name? Am I allowed? Yes, I do. Okay, let's put in that last name. It will be the same sort of format, the same deal as this, so it should be camel case like that. Last name. Let's put in Fisher there. And what I can also do is just like make sure that these required fields actually show an error, so I can create another test spec where I submit the form without these various fields. So okay, company name, let's put in a company name here. Do I need a company name? Let's only put the bare minimum. No, I don't need a company name, so we're going to remove that. What else? What is the bare minimum? Street address. So what we're doing here is we're testing the happy path. So street address, we're going to have 4 Foo Bar Lane. And then in the country, that's fine. We don't actually need to do anything with that, so we're going to not adjust that. The province, don't need the province either, so that can go. What else can go? Okay, we need the city. So what city shall I have? The city is going to be called Legacy Code. And I need a... There we go. And then what else? Postcode. Yes, going to need a postcode, aren't I? So let's put in a fake postcode. In fact, let's find a postcode. Let's go and find a London-based postcode. Just a random postcode somewhere. It's SW7. Where's SW7? Which area is SW7? London, South Kensington. Okay, fine, whatever. Do I have postcode? Have I just... No, I think I've just... Ugh, dear. Sorry, I've gone and removed it, haven't I? So I need to discover what that is. So if we have a look at that, it is postcode. Sometimes in some sites they have postcode as 2 words, and the code is uppercase, or the C is uppercase, whereas correctly here it's 1 word. So okay, so that word SW7, SW7. Let's I don't know, 4. BR? I don't know. Phone number. Do I need a phone number? No. So therefore I'm not going to supply it. And then I want, yeah, let's not worry about whether or not that's visible. Let's now go ahead and submit this form. So instead of checking that, we do check. Now, where does this go? if we were to click on this button here, where does this form submit to? It submits to checkout address. Well, so it submits to itself, does it? Okay. I guess what I reckon it's shipping. Let's just bung something in. So test at 123 test.com. Doesn't matter, the database will be completely destroyed in a minute. I just want to know where this is going. I don't even know if that's allowed. Let's hit next. So it's another Ajax request. So I'm going to have to do another intercept, I think. Right, here we go. And we want to make sure that this Royal Mail first class is present. So yeah, we are on select shipping. So what we want to do then is put that in there, because this is where we should be. So this is select hyphen shipping off of checkout. So it's select hyphen shipping, right? And to verify that we're on that page, let's make sure that we have this in there, which is Royal Mail first class. There we go. Okay. So, now, I'm not sure what I need to do with that Ajax. Do I need to... I mean, I could always just run it and see what happens, but I've got a feeling I'm going to have to wait for something to happen, like the Ajax thing. So that... Let's just have a look. I should have had the network tab running, really, when I was doing that. So that's going to do it. Hit it. It's a submit thing. Form is checkout Ajax checkout address. Sorry, it is. There's nothing here to say what the Ajax is. I probably need to run the network tab and actually discover what it is. Let me see if I can post that again. So let's see if I can just pass that through. What happens? Nothing. I didn't pick anything up there. Nothing came through. Oh, hang on, this came through. Address, select shipping. No, that's the actual get requests. That's not going to help, is it? I'm on all. Okay, so maybe there wasn't any there. It was just the spinny thing from JavaScript. Fine, whatever. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll run this and I'll see what happens. So again, we're going to blast a hole in the database and then rebuild it. Now I am aware that these tests are going to get slower and slower as they come, but essentially what I want to do with this particular test is create the lowest barrier of entry in order to create an order from homepage all the way through to order. That's the ideal solution that I want to come up with this. And then obviously you would have other tests to say, look, you know, what happens if you put in an invalid email address, or what happens if you if you select that you want to put in a different shipping address to the billing address and all that jazz. But this one, just want to get to confirming the order. Ugh. Okay, it's failed. Okay, so what's going on with the failure? Checkout box, radio. Your subject is can only be called on what? Oh, did I do check instead of click? I did. Numpty. Sorry. Yeah. There we go. And I think I mentioned it before. The reason why I am trying to get these tests in. I know that I'm working off of a framework, and I know the framework is you know, the Silas framework, and I know it works. I know, you know, I've used it before, but I'm having to use an old version of that framework, and I have a plan to upgrade it, but I want to ensure that I have these happy path tests working and done before I do the upgrade. Otherwise, I'll have zero confidence that the upgrade that I've put through is actually working. I'm also using these tests to discover pages that I haven't yet set up correctly. Oh, here's another failure. Right, so it's still going on about that check, isn't it? Next, it's looking for next. Click. What? I'm not sure what's going on here. Line 124. Nope. Line 37. I reckon it's that, but why is the... I mean, it's... That is very bizarre. We're not using check anymore. I've got rid of it. So, can only be called on the checkbox and radio. Your subject is the submit button, which it is. Don't really know. It's almost like it's not. I'm going to run it again. Best thing about this is that it generates the screenshots. So if I go over to somewhere, here we go, screenshots, we can see where it's at and we can see what it's trying to do. So this is the output. Now, if you were to run Cypress with let's see, that's checking the email. There is an Ajax request there. Interesting. And you can see all the things that's been typed. What was I saying? Oh yes. So if you were to use Cypress outside of Docker, in a head state, so I'm using it in a headless state, then it comes with this this awesome GUI that you can use, and you can rerun the steps. And also by default, it generates a video as well. But I've turned that off because it does take a bit of time to do. So it's still thinking about it. I wonder why that failed though, because it's failing again. Hang on. It's got past that. Select shipping. Checkout. Select shipping. Checkout. I reckon there was some sort of delay that I needed to wait for. So this here, if we have a look at the this, we can see now it's moved on. Can you see that it's done an XHR there? Render province. So I reckon that I had to wait for something. We are still on this page, but it has clicked that submit button. So we have passed that error. We've just got to another error. So I reckon it's an Ajax thing. I need to look for. Is there? Of course, the database is wiped now, so it's probably going to have a freak out. But I'm just wondering if I can attempt. Although the session will still be active, I think. Let's just put all the things back. Right, let's hit checkout. let's do a view developer tools. Right, and just be mindful of these. Okay, so you can see them coming through now. If I was to just click next on here, what? There is nothing coming back there. We do have the various errors in the various places, but there wasn't anything. That's a 404. That's not good, is it? Hang on. Have I just spotted something? I have. Okay, I'm going to have to mark this up as a bug. Let's just copy the request. Yeah, bear with me a minute. I'm going a bit off trail here, but I just want to mark this as an error, otherwise I'll forget. So let me just put that in. So bug. Oops. So this is when we're 404 when XHR request for email check. This happens when the this happens during this happens at billing page when the user updates their or adds or inputs the user inputs their email address, URL, boom. Okay, all right. So I'll mark that up as convert that to an issue. Yep. And I will just, apologies for this, I'm going to have to just make this a thing. This bug, it is a UI. I really need a label for Ajax specific things, because I've got a feeling what I'm going to need to do, because this isn't the only one I've found. I'm going to have like an Ajax day. You know, like a weekend of just knocking out Ajax bugs, I think. Anyway, let's get back to it. So I guess what I need to do is hit next on this and watch out for the things coming through. So if I hit next, see, there's nothing coming through. It just jumps straight to this page. Ah, man. I wonder if I can just put in a wait. Maybe it was just looking at it too quickly. If we... Sorry, I'm jumping about here. Not that one. So what are we doing here? Okay, we're clicking the button. Like we've done here. Contains click. Oh! Okay. Maybe I need to change that from get to contains, and then maybe we need to just click the next button. That's maybe what we need to do. Let's try it, and maybe it'll work. So let's do that. Change that to, I think it was next. Let's have a look. Yeah, next. I think that's the button, next. Yeah. All right, let's try that. That might work. Let's give that a go. Who knows? Who knows? I'm still learning Cypress, so, you know. I'm still a Selenium fanboy. Yeah, more JavaScript. More JavaScript. Thank you for joining. Just move the mic so I can actually see the chat. some kind of Docker thing, testing payments on the Stripe using Node.js. Well, so I mean, this is a PHP site, so the Stripe payments will be done through PHP. What I'm doing here is just using Cypress.io as a means of just testing the front end. So the framework handles all of that, and I'm certainly not going to unit test the framework. You know, that should have already been done. Still failing. Still on that address. Is it possible to run Cypress using Docker with X11? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's something I'm going to do at some point in the next however long. You can. In fact, I'll show you. If I was to have a look at... that is a very good question. Cypress Docker. So I'm using the Docker image. In fact, what I'm doing here I'll show you the Docker compose file here. So this is the Cypress container, and the context is in E2E, and it's running this Docker file, and all this Docker file does is it does from Cypress included, and then it adds in MySQL because it needs MySQL to interface with the database and tear it down and stuff. Using that before command. But what I wanted to say was, with the staging, with this, you can pass in different environment variables, and with Cypress it allows you to connect to X11, or X11, so you can then use the interface, the GUI of Cypress, and the GUI looks just like this. So you would have an application that runs just like this, and you can actually click on these things, and it will go back through the history. It's really quite good. Cypress. It's far better than you lose a lot of stuff by going headless like I've done. I just prefer the when I'm running these tests, nice and quick. I just prefer the output of the CLI. But what I was going to show you was Cypress Docker GUI. So down here, this is a great blog post. Down here. So this is essentially what I was looking at over the weekend to get this thing rigged up. But where is it? Somewhere down here. Interactive mode. Here we go. So what you do is, and this is something that I would like to do, you pass all of these variables in, including a volume, to X11 Unix, and you end up with accessing the front end like this through a Docker, through your Docker container. Now, I haven't done this yet, so I don't know what the performance is like, and I certainly don't know what it's going to be like on Docker on Mac. So that'll be an interesting challenge, but it's something I will do at some point. But yeah. Yep. That is, then you'll get the same interactive. Yes, it's certainly possible. I will pass this into the chat. I think I might be able to do that. There we go. That is the thing I'm looking at now. Okay, so let's get back to this whole mess. Right, so it timed out after retrying. This is the expected out. Expected this to include. Okay, that. Select shipping. Okay, I'm not doing anything daft, am I? It is the right thing. If we hit next, I'm not doing anything silly here. It is just check out select shipping. I did see a quick Ajax request. Go back. Does anybody know a way of having a history, like a log of all of this? Is there a way of doing that? Maybe, I don't know. I did see select shipping come through. I'm gonna have to look at that, find that out. like an XHR request, I reckon I need to do an intercept and of Ajax cart. Is there any way I can find this out through maybe the some way? There must be a way of doing that. There must be. Let's go back. I'm sure I saw something fire through here. Let me have a look. So we're doing a post request to this. Doesn't appear to be any kind of anything else that does that. So it just does post. And I reckon there's some JavaScript that grabs hold of this and then doesn't fire it to I wish there was a way for me to discover that. Let's see if there's anything in the Ajax. So if we go vendor, scroll down to Silas, I'm guessing now. Is there anything in, I'm gonna find Ajax cart. There we go, Ajax cart. Ajax user goes to shop bundle. This could be a complete red herring here. Silas src bundle. Looking for shop bundle. We're looking for resource, sys, config, routing, Ajax. Here we go. Cart. What have we got in here? So add, ID remove. All right. So no, not what I'm after. Let's add to cart. Anything to do with select select shipping, select payment. Right. These are gets and these are puts. So it would be a put. Select shipping false. Is there anything here that would tell me that it's See, I reckon this runs first and then it does there's nothing here that says that it's an Ajax request. But sometimes there's checks on the headers. That's what I was trying to look for. So is there a root path? The root path is just that. Okay. Ajax resources, that's what I've seen. It might be in here. Shop bundle resources, Ajax routing, Ajax cart. Let's have a look at just what Ajax is, and maybe that's what I've already allowed to look at, but let's just, yeah, that is what I've already had a look at. Address, select shipping. It was there. I did click it, but then it got redirected. Okay. Okay, so select shipping. I wish there was an easy way to do this. There's nothing in there. It's not an XHR though. Address, select shipping. Is that just the return? Aha. No, that's the document. Rubbish. Okay. Alright, so it's not that. It's not that. I guess I could have a look at the logs, right? So I could do... it would be docker compose logs -f web server, I think. All right. Let's have a play. So if we go back one, okay. Next. All right. What did you do? Checkout address was where we went to. There we go. Checkout select shipping. It was a get address. That's weird. Oh yeah, get. Isn't that what I have? Unless I've spelt shipping wrong. No. That is
no coders.
That is what I've just put in, right? That is the thing. That is what I've done. And we can see but that was a GET request, so it's got nothing to do with Ajax. It's just we've just posted it over. I mean, well, we did a post request to here. That's what we did, and then we did a checkout. These are heartbeats that are going off. How weird. How weird. How weird. How weird. How weird. Whoops. Hey, thank you very much for following. Appreciate that. Appreciate your viewing the struggle here as I'm trying to work out where this thing actually goes, because my test is saying it ain't going there, mate, even though when you click on next, I'm considering putting in a little wait. Just, I don't know what I'll be waiting for. Let's just wait for 500. Let's just try it anyway. I hate these things where you're let's bring up a new shell. I hate these things when you're not entirely sure what is going on. We'll have to evaluate the shell, won't we? Eval. Right, let's do another make thing here. Not entirely sure what's going on here. I would like to, if this does work, I would like to know what I'm waiting for. I can't see anything in the logs to make me think that I'm waiting for any XHR request. There's nothing. Looking at those logs now, I can't see. What it's doing, apart from trying to resolve a lot of images and failing. Aha, okay, so that's adding of the cart there. You can see that, add cart 9. Then it goes to the cart page, does a load of other attempts. That's a 200 OK to get to the checkout address. That's all good. Then we're doing that Ajax request to check for the email address that gets passed through. Then down here, that's all we've got. Ah! Yeah. Look. It was doing some requests to country code GB. Yeah, okay. For some reason, it was doing it twice. That's a yeah. That's a bugger. I'm gonna have to work out why that's a 404. Right. So it would appear that I need to intercept this call and wait for it to return. I don't know why I have to wait for it twice though. But anyway, the error is probably the same thing as we've had before. Yes, it is. So let's go back to the code and intercept. Try and do an intercept. So it's same deal here. We'll copy that through. We will intercept. Although, look, let's just go back to the logs a minute. What did we do? We posted to here. And then we did the Ajax request. Okay. Let's just try it. Let's just try it. Don't have much confidence that this will work, but let's just give it a go. So again, we'll have to do an asterisk here because it could be any kind of country code. Let's do a get request. So we'll give this an alias of render province, and then, like we've done up here, we'll then click next, and then we'll wait for that to happen. So we wait for that alias to run. I'm going to comment that line out, and then we should check that the URL is select shipping. Now this probably won't work. One, because we're doing this twice for some unknown reason, and two, I'm just not confident that this is the thing. There's no, like, just because this request came in before this request doesn't mean that that's actually the thing that happens. It's, you know, you can't really go by the order of the log. I mean, we're doing the same Ajax request here. Could I not just intercept that call? Maybe that's what I need to do. I tell you what, let's screw around. Let's do that. Let's intercept this call, which is a post. Oops, sorry. So let's do a post order. Maybe this will work. I don't know. See, that render province thing, it wasn't going to work, was it? Right, let's give this a whirl. Off we go. Still logging the outputs, so we should be able to see it will come through. Okay, so we're getting the brownies. A lot of problems with the media, but that's fine. Now we're posting to the products, and hey, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Very kind. Thank you for subscribing. Very, very kind of you. Now we're checking the address. Now we're doing various things. We're rendering the Ajax render province form. No, that is the get request. It's still failing. Ay. Why are you failing? What is it? It's same error. God, this is annoying, isn't it? This is annoying. Right, that's the post. I tell you what. Let's just let's comment all of this out. So let's comment all that out, and let's just run it through. Let's click on next. Let's just see where it goes. Let's follow this rabbit down the rabbit hole and see what actually happens when we click next, and we'll go by the logs. There we go. I should have done this before, really. What's the time? Is that 6:30? Have I been going for like over an hour? Just nearly an hour. Wow. Okay. I do want to hit the gym soon. I just want to get past this damn page. Where are we going? Right, get the cart, fine. A load of problems with media queries, fine. Media things. Then we're doing a checkout of the address. That's our get request. Now we fill in the form. Now we do a post request. And now where do we go? Oh man, it's not saying where we're going. It's just going to... I was hoping that we would see a get request of the next page, of the select shipping page. That's where I was hoping we would land, but it doesn't look like it. All we've done is we've done a post request to the checkout address. What if how do you get to there? Checkout address, select shipping. Address, select shipping. There is some magic going on. Okay, here is the thing. Let's not check for the URL. Let's just check for this. Still having to this is a standing desk. I've been stood up all day. It's been the first day where I've been able to actually stand up for a long period of time, because I buggered my leg up last Tuesday running. I rolled the ankle, and then I decided, in all Fisher style, that I should just man up and run the last 2 miles on a buggered leg. Which has made it even worse. I am the victim of my own stupidity. So, yeah. So I'm gonna have to just do some weight training on the old arms again. It's annoying. I really want to run. Craving to get out and do some running. Okay. So what we're doing now is we're checking for the Royal Mail first class thing. So we're not checking. See, this has failed. This has failed, but it should tell me where we are. Yeah, but never did. So if we have a look at the screenshots, it should show me what's going on. We're still on billing address. we can see that it's doing a render province twice. Maybe we just need to do a longer wait. Maybe we need, yeah, maybe we just need to do a longer wait. That's the two requests that we keep seeing in the output here. So we've got the render province check, and then we got the render province check. They are the two that happen here. I don't know why. I don't know why. Surely you would only check it once. I am gonna probably wait longer than 500 milliseconds. Let's change that to wherever that lives. Let's wait for, say, I don't know, 2 seconds, right? Let's see. Let's see what happens. And also let's make sure that that is the same thing. So obviously we can't intercept the... That would be intercepting the first call, and then waiting for the first call to run. But actually what we need to do is wait for the second call, and I don't know how to do that. So let's just wait a given duration of time. Ah, dear. Right. That's weird that it's running the Ajax twice. Don't know why that would... why they did that. Maybe it's a problem with my template. But this is the thing, right? If this is a problem with the framework, right? And so if they do change it in the future, my tests would pick that up. So if they were to change anything where they've changed maybe the URL or changed the flow, you know, then my tests would be able to say, look, before you put this live, these tests don't work, so don't put it live. Okay, so we've got to the point where we're clicking on that chocolate orange thing. Now we're at checkout. We're filling out that Ajax thing. Now we're rendering the provinces. We're waiting. Posting that. Oh, no. At this point, we're waiting. And then it fails. Right. Back to this problem again. Why can't I do this? Why can I not do this? Something isn't right. Something is not right. Here. That's all. Can't put my finger on it. Let me just check the documentation for wait. That might be something that I'm missing here. Can't spell wait. It's worked it out for me. Okay, time and alias. The amount of time to wait in milliseconds. Yeah. Alright, where are we at with this? We are posting to the products. We're getting the checkout address. We're dealing with those province things. Now we're doing the post request, and then we're waiting. And we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. And we failed again. honestly don't understand. Expected. Yeah, that's fine. We waited for 5 seconds. Page load. Submitting form. Page loaded. So the form was submitted. I don't know. Maybe I'm not waiting long enough. All right, let's just put in an obscene amount of time to wait. Like, let's just go nuts. Like, let's put in... There we go. It's nothing, I'm not missing a trick with redirections or anything with Cypress. Testing a redirect to a new route. So we visit there, we get the input, we click. After posting this data via Ajax, the web app receives the ID of the new thing and redirects to a new thing. Yeah, okay, so that's kind of what we're doing here. So CY location path name should equal new thing. Okay, what you need to do is assert the URL is the expected state. There are many commands in Cypress that can be used. What am I doing? URL? I think that's what we're doing. Yeah, URL. Probably the best example for your use case would be this. So we're saying that this location, the path name, should equal this new thing. All right, so now that's got me thinking, what's the difference between URL and location in the eyes of Cypress? So get the global window.location, fine, okay. And then Cypress is get the current URL of the page that is currently active, which is the href. Right, so one is the window location and one is the href. Okay. So even, oh, hang on. Yeah, even this one's failed. Man, I don't know. It sucks. I'll try it without that. No, I mean, that's not going to work, is it? URL should equal, I mean, what we're doing here is we're saying URL should include, not should equal, should include, but it doesn't, the URL isn't even anything like that. So something is not right. Maybe clicking this isn't actually submitting the form. No, because it says it's submitted. it says it's submitted in the output of Cypress. So it is submitted, it's just not redirecting. Okay. I think I'm defeated. Alright, so what have I tried? I've tried the intercept of both the post request and of the province, I think. Have I tried the province? Check. Let's just see where we are on the old screenshot here. Yeah, we're still on the same place. And weirdly, this isn't doing the Ajax thing. It's almost like it's just not. But we can see that it's the form submitting form. And then it's almost like it's posting it back. And so it's doing a page load of this again. And you can see that it's checkout address. Man, this doesn't even make sense. If that was the case, I think I'm gonna have to ignore these. They're red herrings. Let's fill this out. Next. Just goes there. That's all. Doesn't do anything spectacular. All I'm doing is posting it and going to another page. Nothing out of the ordinary. There's no other next button around here, is there? I mean, if I was to look for next, sorry, in here. No, that is the only thing I can click on. Okay. I mean, if that is the case, but no, because it is submitting the form. Contains next, click, it is submitting the form. So it's not like I'm just clicking on a random thing. It's doing something. That is happening. Oh, I can record the network log. Let's try that. Alright, let's refresh. Start from scratch. Right. Try. What was that? Record. Oh, no. That is the net. Alright, okay. Network recording activity. Perform a request or hit the R to record the reload. Okay. So we're going to record the reload. Is that it? But you can only do it across one page. You can't do it over multiple pages, I guess. Yeah, if there was a way of persisting it. Is there a way of doing that? Persisting the preserve log. Okay, let's try that. Right, so refresh the page. Okay, right. All good things here. Right, let's hit next. Right, so that's our address. That is our 302 post request. Then that is the select shipping address, which is the get. So even this is saying that there's nothing in between here. It's just post and then get. Post, get. Checkout address, checkout select shipping. I'm not doing anything out of the blue. There's no Ajax, there's nothing. It's a 302, but that's fine. I mean, up here was a 200 OK, that was the get request. Then down here we do the address. Man, something is really weird here. Nothing out of the ordinary. And we can see everything that's been supplied in that post request. And it's not, I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary, am I? I mean, it's compared to the things I've done before. It's not like, if we looked at this one, we're checking that contains that button and then we're clicking it. I mean, we could go a little further and say, no, but we know that we're clicking the button. We know that we are clicking the button because we can see it in the output. But we could do like, we could do something like this. So we do input to be a little bit more specific. Let's put this in double quotes. So type is equal to submit, and yes, this does need to be a button and not a an input. So we could be that specific, but we know that that's being clicked anyway. Man. This is so weird. This is bonkers. Placing the order. Let's get these logs back up. You know it's going to be one of these really small things. Something isn't referenced right. Something in the Cypress isn't correct. Something really small. It's usually the way. Right, here's the post request. And now we have to wait for this obscenely long time in order for something to happen. Which is something that you shouldn't do in Cypress. You shouldn't be waiting for an arbitrary amount of time. I mean, that's the whole point of why I want to get away from Selenium, is that there's a lot of test cases I've created before and used. You have to wait for all sorts of things and hope that your Selenium servers are quick. But this certainly isn't a time thing, I don't think. I mean, This is probably going to be some... Yeah, see, this failed. And it's failed on that. That's strange. Why have I... Yes, I've commented that line out. I'm baffled. I am confused. I don't know what the blue means. I know, or I'm guessing the orange means that it's not good. But looking back on these, I can see that they've both returned 200s. So that's what these two would be. What's going on? What's going on? I don't know. I was hoping today we would be able to get all the way through to complete. Or at least to payment. I can't even get past this damn form. Right. I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it time. Because I want to do other things tonight other than just stare at terminal windows and scratch my head. I'll get through this though. It's going to be really small, but I'll let you know what happened. You know what I come up with. There is nothing though that is immediately obvious to me. If anybody's watching this back and can point it out, then please be my hero and let me know in the comments. Tell me how stupid I've been. You know how I should have noticed this. You know, whatever. Just tell me what the problem is. If you could spot it. Or if you've got any suggestions on what to try. Weirdly, that's doing a GET request back to checkout address. That's strange. Or is that just me going back to that page? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, if I clicked on next. Right. I'm going to put the tail between my legs and admit defeat on this one, I think. But thanks ever so much, everybody, for joining in the struggle. If you, like I said, if you kind of know what's going on, then be my hero, let me know. And I will be back on Thursday evening at 8 o'clock to do the podcast, which is episode 116, I think. Yeah, cool. But thanks ever so much for watching. Happy coding, everybody. And thanks also for the subscribers. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Take care, everyone. I'll see you again soon. Cheers.